Now we will learn about polymorphism in Python. What is polymorphism? Polymorphism means one name and different forms. Poly means more than one and morph is forms, so many forms. So we say like this, polymorphism means one name but different actions. So there are various ways of achieving polymorphism in Python. One is duck typing, method overloading, method overriding, and operator overloading. So what are these? We will learn one by one. In this lecture, I'll explain you about duck typing. So let us learn about duck typing. For explaining, I will take one example code, then I'll explain you what does it mean by duck typing. Suppose I have a function called driver function. Who is the driver? A person who drives a car. This driver can take car as a parameter. He can take car as parameter and he can drive the car. So using car, he will call the method drive of a car object. Drive. That's all. See, this is a driver function. It needs car, so we give a car to him. Then that function will call drive function or drive method upon that car object. So where is the car? I don't have any car. Okay, let us provide some car. I will define one class called Creta. This is one of the car from Hyundai company. Class Creta. This is class Creta. And in this, I will write on one method, that is function drive. And this is an instance method, so self is required. I'm not going to do much here, just I want to print that Creta is driving. So print Creta is driving. Now I will write on one more class called Mercedes. This is one of the type of car. And in this also I will write on a function def drive. And this is also instance method. So self. Then here inside this one, just I will print that is Mercedes is driving. When you call the function, this message comes on the screen. Now, I have a driver function which takes car as a parameter and call drive function upon it. And I have a class called Creta which is having only one method, that is drive, and it prints Creta is driving. And I have one class called Mercedes, and then in that also I have a drive method and that prints Mercedes is driving. This is printed on the screen. Now, I will create the object of Creta. Here I am writing C assign Creta. I have created an object. Then call driver function, Mr. Driver, drive Creta. What happens when I call this function? This C is passed to this as a parameter car. And then it calls the function car.drive. Is this Creta class having a function drive, method drive? Yes, it is having a drive method and it will be called. So Creta is driving. This will be printed on the screen. The next, I will create an object of Mercedes. M, I have created an object. Then I will call Mr. Driver. You take this Mercedes car. So this Mercedes M that goes as a parameter to this method or function, driver function, and it calls car.drive function. So what is the car right now? Mercedes. So which method will be called? This method will be called. Mercedes method will be called. First time it has called Creta method. Next time it has called Mercedes method. So how does this driver class knows that which method to call? Actually, it depends on the object that you're passing. If you're passing Creta object, then it will be calling Creta's drive function. And if you're passing Mercedes, then it will be calling Mercedes drive method or function. So it's simple. So which method to call, it depends on the object that is passed. So now can you say that this driver, Mr. Driver, can drive any car? Yes, he can drive any car. And what that car should have a method? It should have a method drive. So it can call the drive method of any class. Now you can observe driver function taking car. And one time it has called Creta's method. The other time when I pass Mercedes, it has called Mercedes method. See this line, car.drive, this line is same, single line, same line. What is written here? Car.drive. The name is same, but the actions are different. One time it was Creta, other time it was Mercedes, because the object passed to is different. So this is nothing but one name let us say name means not really name. Say it is a statement, one statement, but different actions at different time, and the action depends upon the object that is passed. So that passing of an object is done at runtime. So at runtime, this driver decides whatever the car is object is passed, it will call the method of that car. So is it not polymorphism? One statement but different actions? Yes, statement is one but actions are different. So it is polymorphism. So we are achieving polymorphism here. Now why this is called as duck typing? Let us see. If I say, if it is driving like Mercedes, then definitely it is Mercedes. Is the statement true? Yes, if you got a message Mercedes is driving, so then which object it is? Mercedes object only. And if I say that if it is driving like Creta, then it is Creta. Yes, if I pass Creta object, then it will call Creta method. Now same way, we say that duck typing means if it is talking and walking like a duck, then definitely it's a duck. So first of all, I will show you this program. Then I will use duck also in the same example, for the same example. Let us go to PyCharm and write down this code there. I will write on a method that is driver, and he takes a parameter that is car, and he does what? Just car dot drive. Now I will write on a class Creta, and it is having one method def drive, and this is self method. It's an instance method. It's just printing Creta is driving. Okay. Now I will complete the class for Mercedes. Yes, I have two classes. Now let us create the object of Creta. Creta object is created. Then let us call the function driver and pass C to him. Let us see what happens. I will run this. Creta is driving. Now instead of Creta, I will just change this. I will not write new line. I will change the same thing. Mercedes object. Okay. Let it be C only. Then I am passing C to it. So now if I run, what happens? Mercedes is driving. So if you give Mercedes object, it calls Mercedes method. If you pass Creta object, it will call Creta method. It's so simple. But the thing that we are achieving is one time the same line, the line is same, but the way it was giving the result was Creta is driving. Next time it has given Mercedes is driving. So this is interesting. It is dynamic. It is decided based on the object that we have passed. So that's what we are achieving, polymorphism here. Now next I will remove this. Then I will take one more example. So directly I will write down the code. Then I'll show you the example. Here is an example. I have a function called pet lover, and he takes pet as a parameter. He talks to that pet, and also he will make them walk. He can take any pet. So now I have one class called duck, which is having talk, and it prints duck is talking. Then I have a method called walk, and this method prints duck is walking. Then I have one more class for dog also. So dog is talking and dog is walking. Now watch. Here I will create an object of duck, dassign duck. Okay. Then I will call function pet lover, and I will pass him duck. Let us see what happens if I run this. Duck is talking, duck is walking. So now we can give a statement that if it is talking like duck and it is walking like duck, then definitely it is duck. Yes, it is definitely duck. Now next, that's why in this sense it is called as duck typing. That name that is given is dependent on the example of a duck program. The term taken is not general term, it's very specific term, but actually we are achieving polymorphism. So instead of saying duck typing, you can also say Mercedes typing, you can also say dog typing, you can also say Creta typing. Now next, I will create an object of dog, and I will pass same dog to the pet lover. Then if function takes that, then what it will show? Dog is talking and dog is walking. So this is duck typing and dog typing. Same thing. Example program and the classes that I have taken are different. So this is for pet lover, duck and dog. Earlier I have given you a car example. That was also a perfect example where driver was a function which was taking a car and he was running the car. Now one more thing. See, if this dog class is not having this method, it doesn't have walking method, then if I run it now, I got an error. What is the error? It's a runtime error. Trace back, it's a runtime error. In line number 20, so what is that error? Pet.walk. Walk method is not there in dog. So I got an error or an exception. So what is that exception name? Attribute error. Dog object has no attribute walk. So this causes runtime error. This doesn't cause a syntax error because at runtime only the object is decided. That's why if the method is not found, it is decided at runtime only. So to avoid that error, you can check like this. If has attr has attribute who pet, what is the attribute? Walk, If that attribute is present, then only you call this walk method, else don't call this walk method. So now I am checking there is a function in Python, the global function that is has attribute. If pet is having that attribute walk, then only call walk, otherwise don't call. So I can check whether the method is there or not. So now you can see there is no error because walk method is not called upon doc. If instead of doc, if I pass duck, instead of doc I will just make it as duck, then I will run it once again. Now you can see that it will print both talking and walking because walk method is there in this duck class. Walk method is there, so that's why it's calling. And inside a dog, walk method I have removed, so it's not there, so it was not called. And how it has decided whether to call or not, before calling check whether that attribute is present or not. Okay, this way you can avoid errors, runtime error. So that's all in this video. I have explained you what is duck typing. You try to write down this program and practice it by yourself. That's all in this video.